Today, we're going to talk about something really important: navigating the world of online dating as a senior. You know, this isn't just about finding a companion. It's about protecting the incredible life you've spent decades building. And that takes both an open heart and a really clear strategy. So, let's dive in. This quote, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? That little bit of hesitation you might feel when you think about opening a dating app, that's not a fear of a bad date. It's a deep, intuitive understanding that the risks today are just different. They're more calculated and the stakes are so much higher. Today, we're going to drag that romance scam shadow right out into the light. Let's just look at the hard data for a second. According to the FBI, the average financial loss for a romance scam victim over the age of 60 is $83,000. Now get this, that's more than 4 times higher than the loss for any other age group. So no, this isn't some small fringe problem. It's a targeted, high-impact threat, and we need to treat it that way.
So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to really understand the threat itself. Then, we'll dig into why it's so darn effective. From there, we'll pivot to a powerful new mindset and a set of practical, non-negotiable rules for your protection. And we'll finish up by reframing your caution as the strength it is and leave you with a clear action to take.
All right, let's jump right into our first section, the romance scam shadow. The big idea here is that your caution, your hesitation, it's not a romantic failing. It's actually a highly sophisticated survival instinct kicking in.
Let's be really clear about this. If you feel hesitant, it is not because you're cynical or closed off. It's your brain doing a very, very rational calculation. See, at this stage in life, there's no temporal runway. There's no 30 or 40-year career ahead of you to rebuild a nest egg. A huge financial loss isn't just a setback, it can permanently change your quality of life. You're not just protecting your feelings here, you're protecting the very fortress of your independence, your home, your healthcare, your legacy.
Okay, so that leads us perfectly into our next idea. We're going to explore a concept I call vulnerability asymmetry. It explains this unique, kind of dangerous intersection where natural, healthy aging meets modern technology.
So what on earth is vulnerability asymmetry? Well, think of it like a perfect storm. It's where two things are happening at the exact same time. On one hand, you have this natural, wonderful, age-related desire for connection. But on the other hand, you have a digital world filled with incredibly sophisticated tools that are literally designed to prey on that exact human need. Understanding the storm is the very first step to navigating it safely.
And you know, there's actually real science behind this. It's called socio-emotional selectivity theory. It's a well-documented principle that as we get older, our brains naturally start to prioritize things like emotional satisfaction and meaningful relationships over, say, abstract long-term goals. And this is a beautiful, positive part of being human. It's what makes us seek warmth and intimacy. The problem, scammers know this. They know you are neurologically primed to value that connection.
And this is the other side of that asymmetry. The opponent you're facing isn't some classic smooth-talking con artist from an old movie, no. We're talking about AI-driven scripts that can carry on conversations for months, deepfake videos that can create a person who doesn't even exist, and of course, the widespread theft of identities of people we're trained to trust, like doctors or soldiers. This isn't a one-on-one game of wits anymore. It's you against a sophisticated automated system.
And this is exactly why we have to draw a hard line between a romance scam and simple heartbreak. A broken heart, it hurts like hell, but it heals. A scam, though, that is the dismantling of your agency. It's the loss of your ability to choose where you live, to afford your own care, to support your family. It is a fundamental threat to the autonomy and the sovereignty you've worked your entire life to earn. So, given this threat, we absolutely need a new approach. And this brings us to the crucial turning point of our whole discussion. You need to adopt a new role for yourself. It's time to shift from a position of passive hope to one of active, strategic protection. This slide just lays out the mindset shift perfectly. The old approach, right? The hopeful seeker. The focus was on being emotionally available, on worrying, I wonder if they'll like me. But the new mindset is that of the chief security officer of the heart. Your focus is no longer just availability, it's strategic verification. The main question shifts from, will they like me, to the much more powerful, have they earned my trust? The goal isn't just to find a spark, it's to ensure any potential partner successfully completes a credentialing phase. I really want you to let this one sink in. Adopting this mindset isn't about becoming cynical or bitter. Not at all. It's about being strategic. Think of your life savings, your home, your independence, as a valuable asset, and you are simply verifying the credentials of anyone who wants access to it. There is absolutely no shame in suspicion. In today's world, it's an essential survival strategy.
And the ultimate goal of this shift is something we call relational sovereignty. It's a fancy term, but it just means it is your fundamental right to define and enforce your own boundaries, both socially and financially. Adopting this CSO mindset actually leads to less stress because you are in control. It ensures that your search for connection never ever turns into a fight for your survival. You decide who gets to enter your world and on what terms.
Okay, so we've got the mindset down. Now let's get tactical. This section introduces what I call the binary trust protocol, a set of clear black and white rules. These are not suggestions. Think of them as guardrails on a dangerous mountain road.
This protocol is designed to be simple and absolute. No gray areas. First, the FaceTime mandate. If you can't have a live, clear video call with someone, there is no trust, period. Excuses about a broken camera are the #1 red flag. Second, the reverse image audit. Take their profile photos and use a free tool like Google Lens to see where else they show up online. You'd be amazed how often they belong to some unsuspecting person. Third, the financial separation rule. For at least 6 months, no exceptions, your financial details are completely off limits. And finally, the most important one, the urgency block. The absolute second someone asks you for money for any urgent reason, a medical bill, a plane ticket, whatever, the connection is over. It is a non-negotiable deal breaker.
There's one more crucial piece to your security system, a third-party anchor. Scammers operate by creating this intense, private little world for just the two of you. It's a tactic called social isolation. You have to break that bubble. Confide in a trusted, maybe even a little skeptical friend or family member. Let them be your sounding board. A neutral outside perspective can be the anchor to reality that saves you from getting swept away.
Now, I know, hearing all of this can feel a bit heavy, maybe even tiring, but I really want to shift our focus now, because this next section is all about recognizing that your capacity for caution is actually your greatest superpower.
Your protective instincts are not a weakness. They are the direct result of decades of life experience. They're a sign of wisdom and resilience. Think of all the challenges you have navigated to get where you are today. You have built a life of value, and you have every right and all the necessary skill to be its fierce protector. Don't ever let anyone make you feel that your caution is a flaw. It's your armor.
This right here is the whole point. You are not too old or too set in your ways. You are simply too experienced to fall for games. That gut feeling, that little voice of doubt you sometimes hear, that is a highly tuned alarm system that's been calibrated over a lifetime. Trust it. It has kept you safe for decades, and it will keep you safe now.
And that brings us to our final section. This is where we distill everything we've talked about into one core lesson and an actionable challenge to help you secure your future.
If you take only one single thing away from our time together today, please let it be this. Real, genuine connection is built on shared time, shared experiences, and mutual respect. It never, ever begins with a request for a wire transfer, a gift card, or cryptocurrency. A legitimate partner wants your time and your heart. A predator wants your money. It truly is the clearest and most reliable distinction there is.
So here is your sovereignty challenge. Sometime in the next 24 hours, I want you to take out a piece of paper and write down at least one digital boundary that is your absolute, non-negotiable no-go zone. It could be, I will never send money to someone I've only met online, or I will never give out my home address before meeting in person. Now, why write it down? Because when you define your rules in a calm, logical state, you are fortifying yourself against being persuaded during a moment of high emotion.
You have every single right to seek connection, companionship, and love. The goal here is not to close your heart, it's to protect your life's work while you open it. So approach this journey with the powerful combination of an open heart and a strategic mind. Verify the heart, lock the vault, and lead your life with the logic, the security, and the sovereignty that you have truly, truly earned.